I'm in the Windy City and home of the Deep Dish Pizza and one of the largest reptile expos in America. I'm going to be taking you guys along with me as we go check it out. So we're getting the Pangea booth set up yesterday. I'll throw on some clips here. We ended up having to unload their trailer, and they also shipped like probably 10 pallets worth of stuff, which was insane. We were there from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. basically getting everything set up. They have everything from all of their products, geckos. Being able to see how geckos were shipped and everything was like pretty cool because I hadn't seen that before. So they, I think, shipped all their geckos overnight, I want to say, and then got those all set up. There was one escapee. Be sure to put that clip in here. They did find it very quickly, but it was a little crazy. But yeah, that was a really special experience to be invited by Pangea to help them get set up. Apologies, but some of the audio with my mic did not go well with the show. But this is my friend Lissa's Lizards. You might know her from our podcast, the Wild Type Podcast. But she is talking about a Black Knight leopard gecko. This was a 87.5% outcross, and the breeder was sharing that the ones that are not 100% Black Knight, that have a little bit of something else mixed in them, tend to be a little bit healthier, a little bit bigger, and so that was pretty cool to find out. I've becoming more and more interested in dart frogs. I have an interest in aquatics, and I feel like dart frogs might be a good intermediate step, so I've been keeping my eye on these when I go to shows. And this is a Leachianus gecko going for $1,500. Leachies tend to be one of the more expensive gecko species, and that's because they are slow growers and they have some challenges with breeding, but definitely a very cool animal. This is a gargoyle gecko I remember meeting in 2021 when I came to Tinley, and this gecko all the way on the far left is over 40 years old. Blood python that historically have gotten a bad rap for being an aggressive, aka defensive species. And when I was talking to the breeder, he was saying the reason for this is because they just haven't been worked with as long as, say, something like a ball python. So that was actually a really cool insight to have. What time is it? Okay. We're 1 hour into early VIP.
It is egg bite time.
Egg bites, food, hydrate, sit, continue.
Critical things. Critical.
You guys know I had to stop for the baby sulcata tortoises. Always one of my favorites. They're so little.
Alright, we've got Josh here from Josh's Frogs. If you could give one piece of advice to someone wanting to get into reptiles,
I would tell them to ask lots of questions and find somebody they respect that they can kind of come underneath that umbrella. So find a mentor, find somebody that answers their questions really well, and get connected with them and try to help them out. That's fabulous.
That's solid advice. Alright, can we take a moment to just acknowledge how big these are? Like, this is by hand for reference. These are leopard geckos. That's like, oh, sorry. That's the usual size of a leopard gecko. Well, these are kind of babies, but like that's like normal size. So these are just massive, huge. This is a female yellow anaconda, full grown, absolutely stunning. And of course, we're chatting with this breeder because Alyssa has a yellow anaconda herself. Okay, so this is a really cool find. This is a paradox brand. So a paradox is when it's like half and half. This is a mutation that happens with reptiles. So you can see it's dark here and then less pink here. This is just like absolutely stunning. So $10,000. Obviously the price tag, just the rarity. And then you have this blue butt to be there. This extreme blue up pair, 3,000, 5,000. These are just absolutely stunning. So if you had to put a price on, I know not for sale, but ballpark.
It would probably be 30,000.
30,000. And why would you say, like, what goes into the price of it? I'm not familiar with the monsoon clown.
There's really, really limited amount of monsoon clowns, basically anywhere in the world. And I think there's probably less than 5 males.
Okay.
There might only be 2 or 3.
Okay, cool.
So that's just the rarity of it makes it more expensive.
Sorry guys, another moment where the audio got messed up, but this is one of my favorite finds. This was a crested gecko chihuahua hybrid. So it had the body shape of a cresting and chihuahua, but the eyelashes of a cresty, but like the skin of a chihuahua. Honestly, super, super cool. I know hybrids are a little bit controversial, but to be able to meet one was amazing, and it's got this cool tiger vibe. So sorry if it's hard to hear me, but it is now 11 a.m. We're about to do our very first meet and greet here at the Pangea booth. We've got Liz's Lizards, we've got stickers, we've got red line stickers, Pangea stickers, and look, you guys show up.
Oh, sassy boy.
And so he's about the same size as Neptune.
Is he?
Yeah. Okay, we are at 1 o'clock on day 1. Today's definitely the busiest day. We'll see how much I film and how crazy it is tomorrow. We had the meet and greet. That went really well. Thank you to everyone who came out. Seriously, my favorite part of coming to Reptile Expos are the meet and greets. This is our first time doing like a dedicated meet and greet. Tons of podcast listeners, tons of Neptune channel viewers. So thank you so much. We'll put some clips in here. They did like a time lapse. And then the Pangea booth got hit with a rush. Lunchtime is always a peak time for people to come. So I was working behind the counter, bagging up a bunch of stuff, helping answer questions, passing out podcast stickers. So thank you to anyone who stopped by the Pangea booth. We are now gonna hopefully grab some lunch soon, continue looking around, shop around. So stay tuned. Okay, we very much needed floor time. Eating pizza's like a little after 1 o'clock.
We're beyond death.
It's not for the weak. We're hanging in there though. We'll eat some food, have some chill time, and then we have meet greet number 2 this afternoon. exhausted. I don't know where my microphone is, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. The animals have been fantastic. The people have been fantastic. We've got dinner tonight. I think we're doing hibachi. The second meet and greet, amazing. I got to meet a lot of Chameleon people, so thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. Make sure to put some clips in here. And yeah, things are just going really well. As tired as I am, I could not be happier. Yay! We're about to head to Hibachi, one of my favorites, with the Pangea crew. I just want to say thank you to everyone who turned out today. That was seriously one of the craziest shows I've been to. Literally, like, packed aisles having to weave through. Fantastic. So many people were getting new animals, wanting to learn more. Like, absolutely fantastic experience. So that's our on day 1. Then we'll go to day 2. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, we are here for day 2 of NARBC Tinley Park. Well rested. Today starts at 10 a.m. We didn't have to come stuff, so very grateful for that. Sundays are usually slower days, not usually as many people in their shorter time frame, so I think this, fingers crossed, will be a little chiller. Dinner was delicious, very excited. We've got a meet and greet later, we've got a podcast interview later, so let's see where the day takes us. Alright guys, we just wrapped up an interview with the Redline Report. Hopefully that will be coming out soon. Love chatting with Brian. Anytime we have an opportunity to kind of like share our story, like how I got into Chameleons, how we started the podcast, is always something I enjoy doing. And then we're now going to be walking through some booths before we have our probably lunch and then the meet and greet. Already met a few of you today, so thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. So let's see what we can find. Build off. This is with the Chewy team. It was going well until Lissa sliced her arm pretty good on a box cutter. She went through all of the flesh into like you're so good. Just saying hi to son. And so we had to stop what we were doing, track down a first aid kit. Pangea had one, it was fine, she's good. Good, but that was definitely a damper in our plans. Then we did our meet and greet. We got to meet more reptile girlies, so again, thank you to everyone who was able to come out and say hi. We've got about 2-ish hours left of the show. The Sunday show is flies by quick. Haven't even had lunch. That's okay. We're gonna see if we can work our way through the remaining booths and see what happens. So this is one of my favorite booths, Adeline Art. This is one of her chameleons. She has this panther chameleon, and then, there's a bajillion species, but there's also this veiled, and now that I'm kind of a veiled mom, this is, so good. For sale, and that means that's some really cool stuff right there. Now this is something I wasn't planning on stumbling across. This is a T-positive albino green anaconda, one of the only ones in the world. The mom was an import, making this one of the first captive-born albino green anacondas. I heard a couple different prices over the weekend. I heard 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, basically being it's super, super rare and not for sale.
Alright guys, you might recognize Adam from Wickens Reptiles. Question for you. If you could be any reptile species, what would you be?
If I could be any reptile species, I'd probably be a Dave Hoffmaningus because I would be tall and have beautiful hair. Do I have to pick a different reptile?
Let's go for like one that's in the scientific books.
Fine. All right. I would probably be a flower pot snake. They're really tiny. They don't really have eyes. They don't, but they get to travel around in flower pots and see the world and stuff. So that's why I would be that, because I like to travel, but it's really expensive. So if I could do it for free in a flower pot, I think it'd be kind of cool. And also, no one's gonna try to eat me because I'm so little. You're not gonna see me.
Okay, so I'm going opposite. I'm going Komodo dragon.
So I was gonna pick Komodo dragon too as like the opposite because they're really cool, and also they live on a beach, which is like pretty cool.
You're like top of the food chain.
Right.
Just basking, eating, chilling.
And everyone thinks it's cool.
Yes.
Right? Nobody thinks that a tiny little worm snake is
I think they're cool. I think they're cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay guys, very full hands. Show is starting to wrap up. I'm headed to drop off a bunch of stuff, try and scarf down a burrito. I finished walking the show. Fantastic. Got to chat with Redline Shipping, bumped into Adam. I am exhausted in the best way possible. Things left to do, tear down the Pangea booth, and then get some good rest. So excited I got to meet everyone and have a fantastic show. Amazing animals, amazing people. These truly are my favorite weekends. Cheers. It's just like, it's a little harsh. It's kind of like when you're being interrogated. You have a little leftover carrot cake, so I'm gonna eat that. Basically, just try and eat as much as I can in the next like 10 minutes so that I can have the energy to then break down the Pangea reptile booth. So, I guess not gonna lie, I was really rough shape there for a minute, but I had food and cake and Sprite, so a little bit of sugar, and I am good as new. My feet still hurt, but I am ready to finish out the day strong. The show is officially closed. All that's left is to break down. So this is for vendors only. So I'm helping out the Pangea team get all set down, or set up, break down. You know what I'm saying. So we'll throw in some footage there and then see how long it takes us. So that is a wrap on NARBC Tinley. I have not been here since 2021 and it is just as amazing as I thought it was. Thank you to everyone who came out and said hi. I don't feel like I fully have digested everything that has happened, so be on the lookout from the Wild Type podcast. We will do a recap episode. We will be able to put all of our thoughts and everything of like how the weekend went. Truly amazing. Thank you again so much to everyone. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave any questions or comments down below. Feel free to subscribe so when I post a new video. You can follow me and all my comedians on social media at Neptune the Chameleon. Check out my website, neptunethechameleon.com, and I will be at the Dallas NARBC show at the end of March. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm in the Windy City, the home of the deep dish pizza. Oh, so sorry. I stepped on you.